Well, good afternoon and welcome once again to Ed's Orchids. Now today I'm just going to have a look at the Renantheras. I haven't bothered with for some time, and the one in front of you I've had quite a number of years, and it's a cross between Mischutiana and Monachica, and it's known as Renanthera Tom Thumb. I mean, it flowered this about 5 years ago for the first time. Oh, and well, you can see at the bottom where all the little things are coming out there. This is where it's flowered from before. And one there, but up here it hasn't done anything, mainly because I haven't been bothering with it. But as you can see now, there's some yellow leaves at the bottom and it needs a good repot. And the other plant I've got is a Renanthera philippinense, and I'll show you that in a minute. But first we're going to get this out of its pot and have a look if there's any roots at the bottom. I don't think there is. I think it's just got some aerial roots, that's all. But we'll check it and have a look. And when I've checked it and cleaned it up and repotted it, it needs a good stake in the back to keep it running straight. Right, we'll remove it from the pot, and it's in coconut husk. Large coconut husk, and there are one or two roots at the bottom. I don't know whether they're living or not, but I'm going to leave them, and I'm going to put it back in a bit of this and some large bark, and we'll see how it goes from there. Even down here, it's flowered from here before. I mean, this plant was twice as long as this, and I chopped it off here, and then we've got it growing again. Because what happens to them, these leaves die off, which I'm going to take off in a minute, and the stem gets longer and longer and longer with no leaves on, so you've got to chop it off where there's some roots and replant it again, or else it gets totally out of hand, unless you've got the proper space to keep it. And in this part of the world we haven't got the proper space to hang it out amongst the trees and everything, so we just have to manage the best we can with them. Right, I'll just cut these off. Bit tough, but they're not doing any good. And right, I have to cut them off. I'll have to snip them halfway down, and that way they come off quite easily. I mean, I'm putting all the stuff on the floor, but I've just spent 2 hours cleaning the greenhouse out. And yeah, I'll sweep up again afterwards. Yeah, this is coming off quite easily. Beautiful and green on the inside. Another leaf here needs to come off. Looks like this has had mealybug at one time or another. This is another I'll have to snip. Snip them in half and then pull them off. Bit tough, but a little bit of perseverance, it does come out. Yep, we're getting there, just one leaf to go, but we'll cut that there. And then we'll cut it halfway down, right down the middle. That's right, and now it should come off easily. No, there's another root coming out of it there, so I'll have to slip it off, snip it off down to the root again. There we are. And then it comes off quite easily. This bit should come off now, and it does. That looks like a dead root, so yeah, it's just solid wood, but it'll do alright for keeping them down and rooted. But what I think I'll do, I think I'll fasten this to a piece of wood now to get it nice and straight instead of when I've repotted it. Well, I've got a fairly long piece of bamboo, and you can see how the plant is sort of growing straight and then it's bending over this way. So I'm going to fasten it to the wood now, and might be a bit tricky, but we'll get it done and we'll have a look at it when I've finished. You know me, I always use wire, so some of you might like to watch it anyhow, so I'll do it. Well, I've got some wire here that's just a little bit thicker than the one I use. This is about 1.5 mil, I think. So this will be strong enough for this, because this is a really strong plant. And I need to fasten it in different places. So first of all, we'll fasten it round there, round the bottom. Be a little bit tricky this, but it'll all work out in the end. It might be a little bit rough, but it'll be alright when I've finished. Put that down there, so this is coming up against the, there we are. Don't need many of them on here, but because the actual plant itself is very, very hard, so you're not going to damage it at all. Almost stuck on here. Here we are. I'll just tighten all these up after. A bit bigger piece of wire now. I'll tie this one there where it's just starting to bend. Whoops. Told you it's a little bit fiddly this. There we are, and the last one will be at the top. Almost at the top. Do that there. So you can see what I'm doing. Right. Twist that one. That straightens the plant up. There we are. I'll just trim the backs of them up now, so it looks a bit neater. One's a little bit loose. That's better. So there we are. There's the Renanthera ready for repotting. Right, we're reusing some of the large coconut husk it came out of, and we're going to put a couple of handfuls in of large bark. We're not putting any perlite in here because I don't think it needs it. Well, the other pot it was in was a 3 litre, and it was a little bit too big, so I've gone down to 2 litres. So we'll start putting the Renanthera in its place again. There we are, that almost goes to the bottom. I can shove it down a little bit first, it will reach the bottom. That's it. We can leave the aerial roots out and we'll go ahead and fill this up. And then we'll give it a good water in. Well, I'm really taking a chance now on the heating of this place. So what I've done, I've taken all the heaters out. So there's no heaters on at all in here. We just cannot afford to pay those bills these days. I mean, it has been worked out where the money's going on greenhouses. There's a greenhouse this size with the fuel going up like it is will be costing around about £4,000 per year to run. So if you think I'm paying that, they can forget it. So if it goes to that much, then I'll just keep what I have indoors, the Phalaenopsis, and I'll get rid of everything else. Absolutely scandalous, it is. In my opinion, anyhow. We'll give this Renanthera a good watering now. And I've got some RO water here with some rain mix in it, and it's the TDS is about 127 parts per million. So we'll just give this a good watering. I'll water all the aerial roots like that. You can see them just soaking up a little bit of the water on the velamin. See them just changing colour a little. Yeah, they're soaking up the water nicely. Just to these at the back, and I'll turn it round and show you. See those, how they've changed nice and green. I'll water them again when, after a couple of days when they're white. I'll give this a very good watering, because as you know, Renanthera live over water, a bit like Arangus. Right, that'll do for that. Well, there we have the Inshutiana crossed by Monachica, all potted up now. So I'll see if I can find the Philippinensis somewhere. It might be in the house, that one. I'll go and have a look. Well, I'm sorry to say that I've searched high and low for that Philippinensis, and I can't find it anywhere. I've rooted around in the house, they're mainly Phalaenopsis in there and Cattleyas. And I've rooted around in here because on the top shelf they're all frags. And what you've seen are on the bottom there. No, I can't find it anywhere. But when I do come across it, I will show it you. Because it's a bonny little plant, and it wasn't growing very well, but the last time I saw it, it was growing very nicely. Oh well, stranger things have happened. Anyhow, thank you very much for watching this. Thanks to all my subscribers, and if you haven't subscribed, it'd be very nice of you if you did so. I'm getting quite low on subscribers at the moment, and mainly that's because I haven't been putting out many videos, and that's mainly because they haven't done much growing lately. Anyhow, we hope to rectify that in the coming months. So thanks once again for watching, and until next time, I'll see you later. Bye.